Have you ever wondered what the world was like before you could instantly send a message to anyone, anywhere on the planet? I'm talking about the pre-mail era. It seems almost unimaginable now, right? Well, today we're going to travel back in time to 1971 and meet the man who's changed communication forever. Ray Tomlinson. So, picture this. It's the early 70s. Computers are massive machines, taking up entire rooms. They're not personal, they're shared. And the internet, as we know it, it doesn't exist yet. What did exist was something called ARPANET, a precursor to the internet, connecting a few universities and research centers in the United States. Researchers could leave messages for each other on the same shared computer, kind of like leaving a digital sticky note on a community bulletin board. But you couldn't send a message from your computer to someone else's computer. It was a closed system. Enter Ray Tomlinson, a brilliant engineer working at a company called BBN Technologies in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He was tasked with exploring the possibilities of ARPANET. Ray was a tinkerer, a problem. He was working on two separate, unrelated programs. One was an intra-machine mail program called SND-MSG, which allowed users on the same mainframe computer to send messages to each other. The other was a file transfer protocol called CPYNET, designed to send files between different computers connected to ARPANET. One day, Ray had a brilliant idea. What if he could combine these two programs? What if he could use the file transfer protocol to send a message file, instead of just a regular data file, from one computer to another? It was a simple, yet revolutionary concept. He later described it himself as not a big deal and something that seemed like a neat idea. He tinkered away, writing the code to make it happen. He didn't ask for permission. He just did it because he was curious. After getting the program to work, he needed a way to address the messages. How could the network know which user the message was for, and which computer that user was on? He looked down at his teletype keyboard, a Model 33 teletype to be exact. He needed a character that wasn't commonly used in names or computer host names. A separator. And there it was, right on the keyboard. The @ symbol. It made perfect sense. The user at a certain host. So, an address like Tomlinson at BBN Tenexa was born. It was logical, elegant, and it's a system we still use billions of times a day, over 50 years later. So, what was in that very first email? Tomlinson himself admits he doesn't remember exactly. He sent a series of test messages from one machine to another, right next to it in the same room. He says it was probably something insignificant and forgettable. Something like Querchuiop, or testing 1, 2, 3. It wasn't about the content. It was about the proof that it could be done. He had successfully sent a message from one person to another person on a different computer. Through a network, electronic mail was born. When he showed his creation to a colleague, the reaction was pretty low-key. His colleague told him, "Don't tell anyone. This isn't what we're supposed to be working on." But it was too useful to keep secret. The news spread through the small ARPANET community like wildfire. Within a couple of years, a study showed that a staggering 75% of all traffic on ARPANET was email. It had become the network's killer app, the primary reason people used it. It connected a community of researchers in a way that was never before possible, fostering collaboration and accelerating innovation. Ray Tomlinson's invention wasn't the result of a grand corporate strategy or a government mandate. It was the product of one person's curiosity, creativity, and a little bit of playful rule. He gave us a tool that has fundamentally reshaped our society, our work, and our personal relationships. Sadly, Ray Tomlinson passed away in 2016, but his legacy is in every single email we send and receive. The @ symbol on your keyboard is a constant, subtle tribute to the man who connected the world. So, next time you hit send on an email, take a moment to think about Ray Tomlinson and his neat idea from 1971. It is a powerful reminder that sometimes the simplest ideas can have the most profound impact on the world. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the history of technology. See you in the next video.